Hey! Hey! Hey, Toro!
Too bad, senor. This is the first time you see Luis Rivera fight. It is what you call an off day. Not good. The aficionados is very critical, even more so than I.
Well, as you say, anyone can have an off day.
Oh, true, senor. But this is his last fight as a novillero. Next week in Madrid, he makes his debut as a matador. You understand the distinction? And in any case, he's the son of Spain's greatest bullfighter.
That's tough, following a famous father.
Tradition dies very hard, senor, particularly in our country. Personally, although I'm a critic, I'm not so critical. But I think perhaps he has been brought along a little bit too fast. He needs, what do you say?
More seasoning?
Yes, more seasoning. More experience.
Hey! Hey! Hey, Toro!
Why all the rush?
It is his manager. Garcia is his name. Strange man. I think perhaps he is a little greedy. He does not want the name of Rivera to become too soon forgotten. They forget quickly. Even a great bullfighter like his father's, they do not remember for long. So Garcia wants the boy to take his father's place while their name is still important. You see, bullfights are not as popular as they used to be. Today, more people go and see the football. That is the Spanish way of showing their contempt.
I always feel they overdo it a bit.
Perhaps. But with Luis Rivera, it is a little different.
Why different?
It was in this ring that his father took his death.
I've always understood he was injured. Later died of tetanus.
His spirit died here. His wife took him back home to Algeciras. Some people think that Francisco Rivera killed himself.
Yeah, I know. It's an interesting theory.
What do you expect? His last fight before the big one. His nerves upset. No time to enjoy himself. Work, practice all the time. This week he takes a little rest into the country. Then you will see. Luis will be magnificent. Better than his father. Ah, Senor Stray. I hope you did not take any pictures today. Luis had a little bad luck.
It's not a matter of luck, senor.
Is he all right?
Sure, he's fine. Just the breast knocked out. You go inside.
Don't push the boy too hard. Let him
Sta
remain
bien.
another year.
No hay nada roto.
How is he, Doctor?
He's all right. There's nothing broken.
Good.
Those out there, I do not care for. For you, I'm sorry. But next week it will be different.
He's right. Today is nothing. A cup with paper horns. Tonight we have a nice little party for the newspapermen. You will come. Luis' sister Carmen will be there. You will enjoy meeting her.
But Senor Strait has already met my sister last year in New York. Did I not tell you?
But of course. I'm sorry, senor.
It's through Carmen that he's come here to write the story of my profession and my family.
How stupid of me. Next Sunday you show them. Eh, Luis? Hasta luego.
Yes. I'll show them. A bull is not the only beast one has to face. Listen to the other one. The one that always wails. Well, I'll not disappoint them. I will show them the moment they have been waiting for.
You sound like a man that has to prove something to himself. Why do you have to show the crowd, Louis?
Why? For the same reason that you hear them shouting. For the same reason that you follow me with your camera. Because I am the son of Francisco Rivera. And because next Sunday I shall be having my alternativa.
Alternativa?
Oh, that means that I will be fighting bigger and stronger bulls.
Ah.
Does that always give the truth?
Well, the camera? It's objective. Sometimes it sees things that the eye blinds itself to.
Good. Then keep it for that moment. A moment of truth.
Here, General Lopez de Nayolano.
My sister Carmen, and this is Senor Straight from America.
General?
After next Sunday, I shall salute you as our new Rivera. Senorita?
2 rows, right at the front. He's bringing everyone in Madrid on Sunday. I just promised him he could introduce you to his friend at the table down there.
But why?
Why? You hear? I still don't think he understands. It is not small time for us anymore. Now he has to know the right people. He's waiting, Luis.
Oh, all right. If you'll excuse me, I'll be right back.
Of course. Luis's manager is quite a charm boy. Where'd he collect him?
He worked for my father. He's what you call a promoter. He sold the father's name for toy swords, trinkets, souvenirs.
You've been gone a long time.
Since my father died. As you know, Mother sent me to live with relatives in the United States.
You didn't see your brother fight today.
I guess I have become Americanized. I don't like bullfighting. Now, I only came here to meet you all so we could drive back to the ranch together.
Well, I couldn't have had a nicer surprise, seeing you again, Carmen. Now, Louise, we thought you deserted us.
More wine?
Not for me.
But perhaps we had better go. It is a long drive to the ranch tomorrow, and we should start early.
You are taking Senor Straight to the ranch?
See, he wishes to photograph some of my father's mementos. It will be part of the story.
Well, look, if I'd be in the way, perhaps some other time.
Of course you're coming. It is all arranged.
See, my mother would be pleased to welcome Senor Straight.
But there's nothing for you to see at the ranch. Madrid is a place you must go. I have friends there. They will show you the town like in America, eh?
No, that's exactly what I'm afraid of. No, thanks. If you don't mind, I'll stick to the ranch.
Suit yourself. But since Francisco Rivera died, it is not like old times. Very quiet. Personally, I wouldn't waste my time.
Well, I appreciate the advice, but the country will be fine.
Very well. Then we drive out in the morning. Just a few more miles to the hacienda. You find the country beautiful, Senor Straight?
There's something so unchanging about this country. As though everything about the land had always been just like this. Time had just stopped.
But that's almost what has happened. In Spain, it is all tradition. Children do things they hate simply because their parents did them.
Is that why you became a bullfighter, Louise?
In Spain, all children want to become bullfighters. I only look forward to facing it as bravely as my father.
Carmen, my dear, how good it is to have you home again. It has been so long. Doctor! Luis, my son, you are at home so seldom now. I miss you very much.
Mother, if only you'd leave this house sometimes.
Please, Luis, we have talked about this many times. Not now.
Oh, Mother, I'd like you to meet Senor Straight.
You are very welcome, Senor Straight. I have been expecting you. Forgive me. It's such a long time since I saw my daughter.
I understand, Senora. It's very kind of you to invite me.
Allow me to introduce Senor Don Rodriguez, our family lawyer.
Senor?
And this is Dr. Sanchez.
Doctor.
He was my husband's personal physician.
And his greatest aficionado. In 15 years, I missed only one of Francisco Rivera's fights.
And now I suppose you follow Louise.
I'm afraid I don't go to the bullfight now. I spend most of my time out here in the country.
I don't blame you. It's a beautiful ranch.
Dr. Sanchez is a regular visitor here. But you must be tired, Senor Straight. Luis, please show Senor Straight to his room. I'm sure you will excuse me, but Carmen and I have so much to talk about.
This way, senor.
It was a mistake for Luis to bring him here.
I tried to prevent him from coming, but Luis insisted.
And what happens if his friend becomes too inquisitive?
Sometimes I think what we have done is wrong.
Ah, I see you have your own private bull ring.
Ah, that's a testing ring. It is where the mothers of the fighting bulls are tested for their courage. When they are 2 years old, they're tried out against a horseman with a lance. If they run away from the lance, then they are never used for breeding fighting bulls.
Well, when are the fighting bulls tested for their courage?
Never. A fighting bull goes into the ring only once in his life.
So, he winds up sirloin one way or another, huh?
Exactly. Now, my friend, I'll leave you to get changed, eh? I'll see you downstairs as soon as you're finished, and then I'll try and show you some of the ranch while it is still light.
Fine. I'll just be a minute.
No, Garcia. You should not have allowed it.
I tell you I did my best, but he's so headstrong, he will not listen.
What then shall we do?
What can we do? He is a guest.
Well, they seem peaceful enough now.
Now, yes, because they're together. But if one was separated from the others and startled or frightened in any way, then it would be very fierce. There are caves from ancient times with paintings of the bulls. The Carthaginians traded them as symbols of the gods, and the Romans brought over the fiercest lions from Africa to fight them. But the bulls always won. It is only a man who can face up to a fighting bull and survive, if he has the true grace. Let's go down to the ring. This is the testing ring you saw from your window. It's where my father taught me as a child. Like that. Esther, Senor Straight.
Hello, amigo.
Senor.
And you did not hook in that time, huh? Come again and we will show the Senora Veronica.
Maybe I could get some shots up there on the fence, Luis.
Yes, of course.
Must be a lot easier with a dummy.
The first time I tried it with a real bull, I almost turned and ran for my life.
I can imagine. What stopped you?
I knew I'd never reach the barrier before the horns caught me. My father had told me that my only chance to escape from being gored was to run to either side of the bull and then draw him towards you. Well, shall we go back to La Casa? I'd like to show you the trophy room.
Fine. Good work, amigo. All set, Luis.
Got everything you need now, senor?
Yep, everything I need's right in here. Is the trophy room up this way?
No. That's the tower room. It's where my father died. He was brought here from the bull ring. Only my mother was here at the time. After the funeral, she locked the room and left it as it was. It was my father's wish. It's like a chapel to her now. She goes there every day. The trophy room's up here. It has been a long time since I've been in this room. These were all my father's. His swords, his capes, and over here, his traje de luces.
Traje de luces? Suit of lights, right?
Right.
He was wearing that the last time he fought?
Yes.
Well, it's odd, Louise. It doesn't seem to be damaged in any way by the bull's horns.
Oh, it has been mended. You see, it would be a bad omen to leave it with the mark of death still on it.
Oh, I see.
My father.
Yes. I can see the likeness.
Perhaps a little, but he was taller, quicker. More than that, he was born with grace, without a knowledge of fear.
How can you be so sure, Louise? Sometimes when you're young, everything looks bigger than life.
No. I remember him always in the ring. I have never stepped into a ring that I have not seen him, and known that I could never stand like that. In magic, in grace. I'm afraid, senor. Afraid of Sunday. Afraid of standing where he did. Your camera saw that, didn't it? Fear.
I don't think it's a fear of the bulls, Louise. Or a fear of that other monster up in the stands. I think it's something else. What is it?
I don't know. But I can feel it. Here. In this room. Only here. But it's best to leave you to your own work now.
Thank you, Louise. Adios.
You see, I warned you. Now it must be left to me.
Garcia, I forbid you to...
Doña Rivera, there is no alternative.
Yo soy tan que llevo sangre de reyes que la palma de la
Pero bien.
Verde va la hoja, verde va la parra, debajo del puente retumbaba el agua retusa. Hola, Enrique. El querer que me tenía era poquito y se acabó. Era un castillo muy grande que el viento se lo llevó.
Thank you.
¡Pero qué bien!
Do you know of a place around here I could use as a dark room? I'd like to develop some film.
What about the wine cellar?
Great. Where is it?
Come on, I'll show you.
Fine.
This used to be one of the finest cellars in Spain. Will it do?
Couldn't be better. Sink, everything I need. I'll get at it the first thing in the morning.
Mike, can I speak to you for a moment?
Of course. What is it?
You saw my mother at the party just now, didn't you? You saw where she went.
Yes?
I've been away a long time, but since I've been back, I can feel something is wrong. My mother's behaving very strangely. Have you noticed?
Well, I really haven't had a chance to get to know her that well yet. But she does seem a little tense, if that's what you mean.
It's more than that. She has changed. She seems so nervous.
She's probably just worried about Louise. I'm sure she heard about the accident.
My brother didn't want her to know. Garcia told her.
It's quite a coincidence. Louise's accident being so similar to the one that killed your father.
You heard the rumor about my father's death.
Yes.
They can't be true. My father was not a coward.
I'm sure he wasn't.
I wish I knew what really happened to him.
Well, surely your mother knows, or possibly Garcia.
But why should it be kept a secret from Louise and me?
I don't know. But I do know that your brother's frightened, Carmen. And I don't think it's a fear of going into that ring on Sunday, but something he doesn't understand. Something he seems to feel. Something about this house. But let's get back to the party. I'll show you the negatives in the morning.
Just like your Texas, huh?
Well, not exactly. Only the people are wild in Texas.
You should have seen this ranch when my father was alive. We had many more cowboys then, just like in the United States.
Really? What happened to them?
It was too great a strain on my mother to operate the ranches my father had. And besides, Garcia did not want to keep them all. Come. That's strange. Those are lead cows. They shouldn't be here. They're only used for steering the others into the corrals.
Well, maybe they're just moving them from one pasture to the other.
That's not possible this time of day. I must go and warn the foreman.
You go ahead.
Hasta luego.
I'll go on down to the ring.
Hey, fuera, fuera! Hey, hey!
Garcia.
Senor Straight, what are you doing here? There's a bull in the ring.
You're telling me.
It is fortunate for you you didn't go inside.
Isn't it unusual to move a bull this time of the day?
Why?
Well, I understand they get restless about now. What with the flies and the mosquitoes?
You're picking up quite a lot of useful information about bulls.
It looks like I may need it.
Nevertheless, I must let this bull back into the corral. It would be safer for you if you climb up here with me. Now you must excuse me, Senor Straight. I think you understand that I have much to do on the ranch.
Mother, there is something I must speak to you about.
Of course. What is it?
You love Father very much, didn't you?
My dear, no words could ever say how much. Since the day I first saw your father, he was my life.
Then why don't you tell me the truth about his death?
The truth? I don't understand.
Mother, I think you are holding something back. Something that is destroying Luis, is confident in himself. I think, Luis, you know what actually happened.
And what do you think actually happened?
I don't know. Mother, there is something wrong, isn't there? I felt it the moment I came into this house. You must tell me what it is.
Who have you been talking to about this, Carmen?
Only to Michael Straight.
Then I think it better that Senor Straight should leave now.
But, Mother...
You must trust me, Carmen. This affair concerns only our family and close friends.
Like Dr. Sanchez and Rodriguez.
They are good friends, if only you knew it. It is because of a promise that I made to your father. I cannot tell you anything more now.
Is it because of a promise you made to my father? Or is it because Garcia knows something about my father? You don't want anyone else to find out? Is it because father killed himself?
Your father did not kill himself, Carmen. I will not have you say such things.
That what is so secret that must be kept in a room behind a locked door?
There is nothing in that room, Carmen, except your father's personal effects. And I do not want them disturbed. They're very precious to me.
Then why do you visit it so late at night?
It was your father's wish that the room should be kept locked, Carmen. Luis understands.
But you can see for yourself what he's doing to Luis. When I left, he could hardly wait for the day he became a matador. Now he acts as though he dreads it. I think he's only doing it because of tradition, and someone, Garcia perhaps, is forcing him to go through with it. It's wrong, Mother, you know it.
It is not for me to say, Carmen. Your father expected Luis to carry on the family tradition. You live in a new age. I was taught not to question my husband's wishes. Even if they were wrong, I would still carry them out. I hope you will never have to. Forgive me, my dear. But this is something that I must deal with alone. Please, no one must interfere.
Oh, hello, Carmen.
I hope you were right about your photographs. If I have to wait for my mother to tell me what has happened, I shall wait forever.
Well, why don't we have a look at those negatives, huh? Let's hope those negatives show up something, one way or the other.
What's the matter?
The negatives, they're gone.
Who would want to steal your photographs?
If we knew that, we'd know the answer to a lot of things. Somebody doesn't want those photographs I took in the trophy room seen. In fact, they're so concerned, they're even trying to get rid of me.
To get rid of you? You mean to kill you?
Yes, about a half an hour ago in the testing ring. I was setting up some shots when suddenly somebody let one of the bulls into the ring.
It must have been an accident.
Oh, no. I don't think it was an accident, Carmen. Somebody in this house doesn't want the truth to be known about your father's death. In fact, they're prepared to kill to keep the secret.
What picture did you take?
I was taking some shots of your father's clothing, the clothing he was wearing the day he was killed.
Why, of the clothes?
Well, I was curious. That suit wasn't damaged in any way. There wasn't even a tear on it. Carmen, I don't think your father was killed by a bull. I don't think he was gored to death.
Then how did he die?
I don't know.
You don't think someone killed him?
I'm going to retake all those shots.
Now?
Why not? Come on. All my equipment's up in the room.
Sanchez, I tell you, he knows. But what do you expect me to do? I have already spoken to Katrina. There is nothing she can do.
You should ask him to go.
Carmen, I think we'd better wait until later. Maybe tonight.
You all right?
Yeah, I think so.
What happened?
Looks like somebody was waiting for me. Had the same idea I had.
Carmen. What is happening here?
Somebody attacked Mr. Straight.
Senor Straight? I don't understand. What were you doing here?
I owe you an apology, Senora. I had come back to the trophy room to photograph some of your husband's costumes.
Mike has already taken these photographs. Somebody stole them from the cellar. Somebody has tried to kill him in the bull ring this afternoon by letting him one of the bulls.
I can't believe it.
I'm afraid it's true.
Somebody tried to kill you? And somebody attacks you now?
So it seems.
Don't you think this has gone far enough, Mother? Don't you think you ought to tell us now what is happening?
Senora, I came here to do a story on your son. I most certainly didn't have any intention of intruding into your family affairs. If you would like for me to leave now, I'll do so.
Very kind of you, Senor Straight, but it is better that you should know the truth. Please, come with me. Carmen, please bring your brother Luis here immediately.
Katrina! Katrina, stop! Do you not realize what you're doing?
Very well. I should have done this many years ago.
But you have only to wait a few more days, Senora. A few more days and we shall be successful.
What is it, Mother?
I'm sorry, Louis. I have done you a great wrong. You have every right to be very angry with me. I hope you will be able to forgive me.
But what is it?
Senor Straight, Carmen, I would like you to come with me. In the last 4 years, no one but I and Dr. Sanchez has passed in or out of this room until now. Father, you're alive. Senor Straight, I would like you to meet my husband, Francisco.
Well, it's not only a pleasure, but indeed a surprise to meet you, Senor.
I am sorry, Senor Straight, that I cannot rise to welcome you.
My husband has been paralyzed for the last 4 years, since his last bullfight.
We have kept our secret longer than I would have wished. In all these years, Katrina has been my only contact with the outside world. Every day she has come to see me and brought me new life. There was no one else who knew that I still lived, except our doctor, our lawyer, and my manager.
Garcia?
Yes. But his silence could be bought. Look at me, if you can, as if you were my son, and try to understand. When this happened to me, when I was wounded in the ring and became like this, Luis was just leaving school to begin his first season as a novillero. He was just beginning his career. Every achievement, greatness, success lay ahead of him, unless something happened to stop him. A bullfighter's talent is not in his wrists or in the quickness of his body. It's in his heart, in his spirit. Luis had that spirit. I could see that the first time he faced a brave bull. If he had not had it, I would not let him have become a bullfighter. But this thing that happened to me, it could have destroyed Luis' spirit. Oh, not because I was wounded or paralyzed, but look into my eyes, Senor Straight. Do you recognize what it is you see there? Do you see it? The worm of fear. I couldn't bear to hand that on to my son.
But I'm afraid you did.
What is he saying? Katrina.
I think it's something she already knows. You see, by turning away from your son, by sealing yourself in this tomb with your pride, you did put a terrific fear into your son. Oh, not a fear of bulls or of crowds, but a fear of you, a boy's image of a perfect father, a man who had no knowledge of fear, but it created an image that he was terrified of ever having to live up to.
No. No, that cannot be true.
It is true.
That I have given you fear?
Only terror of finding fear in myself when I stood one day alone in the same ring as you had. Because I thought that you were...
That I was perfect.
Yes.
And now you know the truth.
Now I know that I owe a debt. A debt to a man who could find the love and courage to live in here in this room in order to shield me. And now I think I'm free to pay that debt. I shall not be afraid of what your camera will see in my eyes on Sunday.
I think it will see the same things I see in your father's eyes now. Pride. Bravery.
Thank you. Will you be coming to see me fight tomorrow?
No. But I will see it through your eyes when you come back to tell me about it. Because I know you will come back.
I will, Father.